What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this Monday evening now, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into another episode here of the Arizona Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for everybody for being here. By the way, big shout out to everybody that's currently in the chat. We got Zane, AZ Cards, the same damn bub, Corey, and Jordan P, Miles, MMVV. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you guys for tuning in, y'all. We have a good episode to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about Kyler Murray. We're going to talk about Sean Payton. I know I've already seen the comments in the beginning. People are already saying, why do you want to give up so much for Sean Payton? Y'all, we're going to dive right into all that here pretty soon. We're going to talk about the latest update for Kyler Murray because at one point, I believe a few weeks back, I said that he was going to have a recovery time of 6 to 8 months, and I felt like it was positive. But obviously, that's not the case anymore. It has got pushed back. So if you guys don't know, let's get started, everybody. If you guys have not done so already, definitely do me a huge favor. Smack the like button on this video. If this is your first time here and you're an Arizona Cardinal fan, definitely subscribe it up to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. We're on the road to 11K. Definitely subscribe it up and appreciate you guys. For everybody that's coming and watching this on the replay or the watch back, appreciate you guys for being here as well. Let me know if you guys think that we have a fair chance against getting Sean Payton. Let me know in the comments below. All right, everybody, let's get started here on this whole topic. First, I want to start off with some breaking news that ended up happening in the NFL earlier today, and that is that Nathaniel Hackett, the quarterback of the Broncos, he ended up getting fired today. Now I know that a lot of people, every time we bring up the situation with, Cliff Kingsbury and is he going to get fired? Everybody always tells me, Mike, he just got an extension. They're not going to do it. Mike, what are you talking about? Nathaniel Hackett was a one and done head coach. Now, our previous head coach, which is Steve Wilkes, also a one and done, but Nathaniel Hackett didn't even make it through the entirety of the season. That's how bad the Broncos were doing this year. So they didn't seem to be, joining that whole narrative of like, hey, it's going to work out. The Broncos ended up cutting ties with Nathaniel Hackett. Obviously, one of the biggest things going into the season was the trade from Russell Wilson, but we all know that that's not working out to the best of their ability, right? Russell Wilson doesn't look the same. He looks broken. Nathaniel Hackett doesn't seem like he had a great grasp of the organization, because there was fights, ladies and gentlemen. There was actually fights on the sidelines. I believe Rippon, which is their backup quarterback, ended up saying something to one of the offensive linemen, and boy, they got into it. And it's like, it's this whole big situation that's been going on. And obviously, I don't think the Broncos were in for, what's to come. So that has been squashed right there. That dream for Nathaniel Hackett to trying to make this better, it's just not a thing that is going to happen moving forward. Now, Ian Rappaport put something up here that I want to kind of bring to your guys' attention, and this is going to be the latest tweet from Ian Rappaport. I want to kind of get your guys' opinion on this situation, because y'all, I'm going to be honest with you, this latest thing that I'm going to show you right now, let me know who this reminds you of. Let me know who this reminds you of. And this is for the people that are watching this on playback too, not just for the people on live. Let me know who this reminds you of. This is one of the tweets that ended up coming in from Ian Rappaport. He says this: the product on the field for the Broncos was bad. The quarterback play was bad. The fighting on the sidelines was just as bad, or maybe worse. A sign the coach had no control over anything. Thus, the firing of the hashtag Broncos coach, Nathaniel Hackett. Y'all, this sounds like the Arizona Cardinals. I felt like we had some sort of arguments, right? I felt like we had a lot of people sourpuss, not being very happy on the sidelines, right? I felt like we had bad quarterback play. I felt like we have a coach that wasn't able to find any answers. Literally, that tweet could say hashtag Arizona Cardinals, and I wouldn't skip a beat. You know what I mean? It's exactly what the Arizona Cardinals are going through right now. Now, obviously, yeah, Cliff Kingsbury has a little bit more tenure than Nathaniel Hackett, so maybe a little bit more of leeway. Also, because Michael Bidwell doesn't like to seem to fire coaches midway through the season. That's probably why we're not going to let him go until the end of the season. Now, yes, I had my own little fit earlier in the day saying, just rip it off like a Band-Aid, get rid of him. I don't understand why we're still keeping him, but I understand. It's Michael Bidwell's team. We're just fans. We're watching from the outside, looking in. And honestly, I think that's still going to be the mantra that he's going to continue with is if Cliff Kingsbury does get axed, right? If he gets axed and gets cut from the services of being a head coach, we're not gonna see it until the end of the year. It sucks. I don't like it, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. As long as it happens, I guess, a lot of fans would be happy because, there's a lot of fans chirping right now. There's a lot of fans chirping pertaining to just firing them. They don't care when it happens, the end of the year, right now. It doesn't matter to some fans. So they just want to get the culture right back up and running, right? They want to get the new leadership in so we can kind of start seeing a different, hopefully, team moving forward. This 2022 season is absolutely as bad as it gets. But we'll have to kind of wait and see how it all shakes out for these next two games. Now, we do have some news pertaining to the Arizona Cardinals, and that is that Budda Baker is out for the entirety of the season. I believe he had a shoulder injury that he ended up getting in the Buccaneers game, which is absolutely a huge blow for the Arizona Cardinals. So definitely prayers up to Budda Baker. But honestly, to be honest with you, Budda Baker probably shouldn't be playing that last game. This man probably should be sitting down. I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are really in any position to win a game, even if they wanted to. We're just a bad team playing very bad football on the offensive side of the ball. Our defense shows up here and there, right? But obviously, the way that our offense just never can get into a rhythm, we're constantly always putting them out there and kind of not putting them in the best position to succeed. So Budda Baker's out for the season, which absolutely sucks, but there it is. Now let's move on over to the Kyler Murray situation. Now that we got caught up on this whole situation, Kyler Murray's injury. Now, I did say a little earlier in the stream that I probably shouldn't have jumped the gun, but there was a report that said that Kyler Murray had a clean ACL tear and that his recovery time can be anywhere between 6 to 8 months. Now it's being pushed back, and now his recovery time is going to be 9 months. Now, they are going to be scheduled for surgery this coming, I believe it's early January. I know that for sure. At one point, it was supposed to be after Christmas, and I mean right after Christmas, but I think they're moving it back a little bit. So in the beginning of January, a 9-month recovery time, and they're estimating Kyler Murray to come back in October of 2023, which sucks because there's 3 games of September, right? That very first one, the middle one, and that last one of September. And we don't exactly know when Kyler Murray's coming back, right? When? We know October, but there's 4 games in October. Is it week 1, or is it the first week, the second week, the third week, or the fourth week? I don't know. I don't know, but that's the estimate right now. This can either be 4 games or hell, 7 games that Kyler Murray can be missing for the 2023 season. And honestly, that's just kind of a bad way to start the 2023 season. Obviously, this is a terrible, terrible injury that some people take longer to recover from, right? So hearing that it's 9 months and there's a little light at the end of the tunnel that we can possibly get Kyler Murray back, in October, there's some brightness there. It still sucks, right? It still sucks not having your franchise quarterback there because, man, I don't know what we're going to do. I truly don't. If Cliff Kingsbury does go, I don't see Colt McCoy coming back. I know a lot of people like to, go McCoy, right? A lot of people are really excited about Colt, getting the opportunity. I don't think Colt McCoy is coming back. I don't think he's under contract still, but let me go ahead and just double check right now. I believe this is his last year as an Arizona Cardinal. And yes, this is his last year as an Arizona Cardinal under contract. I can see if Cliff doesn't come back, Colt McCoy is not going to be our backup quarterback. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, Trace McSorley. I don't know if Trace McSorley is coming back either, ladies and gentlemen. But for sure, I don't think it's going to be Colt. Okay, I guess I can't say for sure, but let's be honest. Cliff Kingsbury, Colt McCoy like each other, right? They got that rapport with each other. That's one of the main reasons. Also, he's a really good backup quarterback. I don't see him come back, especially if we get another head coach, right? It's going to be their vision. It's going to be the person that they want to back up Kyler Murray and to see what's going to be implemented for Kyler Murray. It's going to be interesting to see and how it all shakes out because, man, not having Kyler Murray for the first 3 games in September and possibly 4 games, 5 games, 6 games, or 7 games is definitely a gut punch. But now that the Arizona Cardinals, now that the NFL has extended to 17 games, there's going to be hopefully 10 games, maybe 10 plus games for Kyler Murray to kind of show up. And hopefully go into a playoff push because, man, we all need it at this point, right? As Arizona Cardinal fans, I'm tired of the ringer. I'm tired of making it to the playoffs and getting destroyed. I want to see some success, and we'll have to kind of wait to see how it all shakes out. But I wanted to kind of look into the possible free agents for quarterback positions going into the 2023 season. If it's Colt McCoy, cool. I mean, like I said a little earlier, I like him. I don't mind him. I think he's a very good backup quarterback. But right now, pertaining to players that can be available in terms of unrestricted free agents, we got a good list out there. We truly do. Baker Mayfield, right? I mean, I know some people were chirping about Baker Mayfield and possibly, signing with the Arizona Cardinals to kind of be that Band-Aid person for Kyler Murray to come back. Baker Mayfield's an option. Sam Darnold, right? Another first-round pick. I know he hasn't really, shooken out for the Jets as well as the Panthers, but he's available. Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe Jimmy Garoppolo. He's set out to be an unrestricted free agent as well. But honestly, I think he has done enough to get a starting position. I don't think he's going to get a backup position personally, but we'll see. Teddy Bridgewater. I think Daniel Jones might stay with the New York Giants. If not a starter, maybe a backup. I don't know. They're going to have to figure that out. But I don't think Daniel Jones. Case Keenum, Mason Rudolph. No, I'm not down with Mason. Geno Smith, I think he's going to go back with the Seahawks. If not, maybe getting a starting position. Joe Flacco, Andy Dalton, Mike White. And that kind of seems to be a stent of the players that I'm looking at right now. I mean, obviously you have also like Cooper Rush, Tyler Huntley. But if Lamar Jackson isn't going back, he might be the bridge quarterback for now. But I mean, the only really intriguing ones to me, honestly, is, Baker Mayfield. I feel like that would be kind of cool to, get the OU people back together. But yeah, that'd be interesting. That would be interesting to see how this shakes out in this free agency pool in terms of the quarterback and what's going to go ahead and go down here for the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not sure if any of those people seem exciting to you. Maybe Trace McSorley. I see somebody saying Trace McSorley in the chat here. Maybe, right? I don't know. I don't know what this new coach is going to look like if we are going to get a new coach. If it is still Cliff, I can see Colt coming back, but I don't see Colt coming back if it's not Cliff. Let me just say that. There's the good quarterbacks. Like I said, there's a few good Band-Aid ones that we can get, but Baker's really the only one that kind of sticks out. Tom Brady's on this list as well, but Tom Brady's going to get a starting job, right? Tom Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo, hell, maybe even Daniel Jones is going to get a starting job. Geno Smith's probably going to get a starting job. Joe Flacco seems pretty interesting as well, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Very, very intriguing players, right? We're going to need to find somebody. If we don't draft somebody, right, in the later round picks, we're going to have to get somebody. We have to. I can't imagine this Arizona Cardinal team going with Trace McSorley. I can't see it. I truly can't. So we'll see. Hopefully some of those people kind of made you guys a little excited for any possibility of a backup quarterback to come in and back up Kyler for 3+ games, 4, 5, 6, 7, just really depending on when he comes back in October. So there's that. Let's move on to the next topic here. I want to talk about Sean Payton. I think this is going to be a topic that a lot of people either are very, very pro Sean Payton, and there's some people, believe it or not, that don't want Sean Payton because of what's going to be coming with Sean Payton, right? The draft capital that we're gonna have to give up, and honestly, the pay that we're gonna have to pay Sean Payton. Sean Payton will be getting a lot of money. But if it's not us, there's reports saying the Cowboys and the Chargers are also an intriguing spot. Somebody's gonna pay Sean Payton a lot of money. Good thing is that the contract for a coach doesn't go towards the cap. That's a great thing. Now, we don't have the richest owner. I'm aware of that. That's not a good thing for the Arizona Cardinals. But, if you want to get somebody like Sean Payton, you're going to have to pay for it. It's just, it's what it is. If the Cardinals do get him, draft capital, you're going to have to pay him. All of it. All of it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. So there was a report that did come out today saying that there's 3 possibilities for Sean Payton. 3. Chargers, Cowboys, Cardinals. Now, I think Cardinals is in the bottom, but Cardinals is a possibility. Now, Chargers makes sense, right? He wants to stay in LA, or he wants to have ties to California. It makes sense. Now, in terms of the other position pertaining to the Cowboys are doing very good this year. I don't see them letting go of McCarthy. I truly don't. Now, Staley, on the other hand, the Chargers head coach, is that a possibility? I mean, if they go to the playoffs, it's going to be kind of the same thing as the Arizona Cardinals, right? They're going to have people saying, oh, well, they made it to the playoffs. Why are you going to get rid of a head coach? Same thing that happened here, right? No matter that we got obliterated in the wild card, I think fans are still going to say that in the Chargers side. Or there might be some fans that say, I don't care, get rid of Staley. We went to the playoffs, it doesn't matter. Get Sean Payton. Probably. But the Arizona Cardinals are in contention, or at least a mere thought, which is good. I mean, well, a little bit of hope, right? There was a report that came out, I believe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, saying that if you do want to get Sean Payton, the Saints are looking for like multi first round picks. Now, I'm not in the class of doing that. Personally, I'm not. I'm not willing to mortgage my farm, especially because right now we have a top 5 pick. It's not locked right now, but we have a top 5 pick. Right now we're sitting in the number 4 overall spot. Right now. Anything can change with 2 games left. But I'm not willing to get rid of my 4th overall pick right now. If they want a first rounder in the next year, hey, maybe we can shoot something over there like that. To bring somebody like Sean Payton over, I think that would be great. I mean, this might be an opportunity for the Saints to try to start rebuilding something, at least in my eyes. He is going to be going for a lot, though. Maybe multi-round picks. I'm not willing to do first-round picks. Now, obviously, it's not my decision, right? It's Michael Bidwell's decision. It's the new GM's decision if Steve Keim doesn't come back. So it's going to be an interesting offseason, to say the least. An interesting offseason, to say the least. Now, a few other people that, I could possibly want as an Arizona Cardinal fan, right? If Sean Payton is a no-go, we're not willing to pay for him, we're not willing to give up the draft capital, anything like that, there's a few other people that we could possibly target out there, right? We got the offensive coordinator from the Eagles, which we all know that the Eagles are doing very good right now. Very, very good right now. They're doing fantastic. So we got him, Shane Stricken. I always messed up his last name, and I don't say his last name. But this man right here, he can very well get a head coaching job. Very well get one. There's him as a possibility. Or Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey's also a real possibility here for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I was looking into a little bit about Ken Dorsey here. Ken Dorsey has been a coach that has kind of groomed Cam Newton, as well as you can say Josh Allen as well. So this coach CG Ruthless was the one who really kind of put me on to Ken Dorsey. He works for the Bills, and if you guys don't know, this is the man that had that big freak out. I'm not sure if you guys remember that, where he was throwing everything around in the box, throwing everything around, really, really pissed off. Yeah, that's the same guy. That's Ken Dorsey. I love his enthusiasm. I love his willingness to win. I love the idea of him not liking not winning. I love that. He worked with Cam Newton, worked with Josh Allen. Hey, I mean, that might be a real possibility. That's just an upgrade, right? We don't have to give up draft capital. He might be not very expensive, but it's really hard to not say Sean Payton is going to be the guy a lot of people want. Right? Sean Payton is going to be the guy most people want. Let's be honest here. And the reason why is because he's proven. He's proven. Sean Payton has been the head coach of the New Orleans Saints from 2006 to 2021. His record as a head coach, 152 and 89. I'll say that again. From 2006 to 2021, his record is 152 and 89. He's a proven commodity. He's won a Super Bowl ring with Drew Brees, yes. But he's proven that he can do it. So I know a lot of people are saying if Bidwell truly wants to win, this is the route that the Arizona Cardinals need to take. And I agree. I truly do agree. I want Sean Payton too. I truly want Sean Payton too. But I'm not willing to give up multi-first round picks. If they're cool with maybe one the year after, because this one right here is going to be either Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. Generational talents in my eyes. Those are the real people that I would want as the head coach. I know people are asking me about DeMeco Ryans, is that the defensive coordinator from the 49ers? Let's see. Yeah, DeMeco Ryans. I don't have any issue with him. I truly don't. The problem I have with DeMeco Ryans is he's a defensive-minded coach. We need somebody to fix Kyler. That's my only knock on him. We need somebody to fix Kyler Murray. That's my big knock. He's probably a great person, a great defensive coordinator, and he'd probably be a good head coach. But I want somebody to fix Kyler. Kyler's obviously broken. Or maybe he just didn't want to play for Cliff. I don't know. But I would love a offensive-minded head coach. Unless DeMeco Ryans comes in and he says, I can bring this guy, whoever the hell that guy is, I can bring this guy as our offensive coordinator, and he's great. If it's great and it checks out, cool, I'm down. But I would put DeMeco Ryans on my list down. If I'm going to give you top 5, I would put him down at 5. Truly. So I would say Sean Payton, Ken Dorsey, Shane Stricken, whatever, how you say it, the offensive coordinator from the Eagles. I know a lot of people are going to call me crazy, but Jim Harbaugh. So I know people are going to call me crazy. I know. Jim Harbaugh is my number 4, and number 5, DeMeco Ryans. And you can possibly maybe throw, I was going to say the offensive coordinator from the Kansas City Chiefs, but honestly, like there's so many people that passed on him. I don't know. I feel like that would be a mistake. So that would be my list right now. Obviously, it's a list that changes every single day. So that's my main concern with DeMeco. But Sean Payton, he's proven. Sean Payton's 152 wins to 89 losses is Sean Payton from 2006 to 2021. He's proven. We know he can do it. So I know Jim Harbaugh would be a long shot. I get it because, there's the report saying, oh, he wants to come back. And then there's other reports saying, oh, he doesn't want to come back. I know it's a long shot. I get it. But I will still put him in my top 5 because I would truly love to get Jim Harbaugh if the option is there. And we don't have to give up draft capital. We wouldn't have to give up draft capital, which is a huge win in my eyes. Sean Payton's my number 1, though. I wish he wasn't my number 1. I truly do wish this man wasn't my number 1, but damn, he is. And it's because he's proven. It's because he's proven. He's done it. I would love to see Sean Payton as the next head coach. And per the reports, there's a slight possibility that the Cardinals can possibly get him. Possibly. 3 teams that are being named. The Cowboys, which I don't get. Not that they're a bad team. It's just that they have McCarthy, unless they're willing just to dump him after they're going on a playoff run. The Chargers, because of the LA ties. And then the Cardinals is a consideration, is how they kind of put it out there as. So, let me say it again. Sean Payton, Ken Dorsey, Shane Stricken. I butchered his name. I know I did. Jim Harbaugh and DeMeco Ryans. That's my list. And like I said, it can change. It most likely will change once we get closer. But once Cliff gets fired, it most likely will change. But right now, 2 more freaking weeks. 2 more weeks, ladies and gentlemen. 2. until we can get to the ending of this 2022 season, take the wool out of our eyes and say, thank God it's over. Thank God. If you're still a football fan, you can watch some good playoff games. But as of right now, this season is as bad as it comes. So we talked about the update on Kyler Murray, right? Kyler Murray is set to come back in October. We don't know when, if it's in the beginning, the middle, or the end. We don't know. All they said is he's coming back in estimated October of 2023. We gave some possible options for backup quarterbacks for the Arizona Cardinals to possibly target. If Cliff does come back, I could see Colt McCoy come back. If Cliff doesn't come back, I gave you a list of those quarterbacks that can possibly come back. Talked about Sean Payton. Is he a real possibility to come here to the Arizona Cardinals? I think honestly, this offseason is going to be very, very fun. Very fun to say the least. This is going to be a very fun offseason. And honestly, that's not even to mention the fact that the Arizona Cardinals hinted at the idea of possibly getting new uniforms. Woo. In this coming offseason, why not start with the brand new era? With the brand new head coach, brand new uniforms. Kyler Murray is your quarterback. Let's rock and roll. I think this offseason is going to be absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. I'm excited. Truly, truly excited to see how this offseason is going to shake out. But man, this man right here. This man right here. This guy will change it. I promise. This man will change it. And I don't want to give up my hopes, although my hopes are already high. Or I don't want to get my hopes up too high is what I meant to say. Although they're already high as it is. But man, this man has proven it that he can win in the NFL. It's proven that he can win. 152 wins, 89 losses from 2006 to 2021. Save us, Sean Payton, and fix this man right here, Kyler Murray. If we don't get Sean Payton, this is a real possibility. This man right here, I don't have a picture of DeMeco Ryans, and I don't have a picture of Jim Harbaugh because I didn't think I was going to talk about them. But there's that. This offseason is going to be nuts. Absolutely nuts. I'm excited. Now, there is a Monday Night Football game today. We got the Colts versus the Chargers? Is that what it is? The Colts versus, yawn. Absolute yawn. Right now it's the first quarter, 4 minutes left in the first quarter, 0-0. Chargers seem to want to win this, but there's no implications from the draft, at least for the Cardinals in this game. It seems like the Cardinals will most likely be a top 5 pick, anywhere between that. I can't see us beat the Falcons. I can't see us beat the 49ers. I think it's donezo from here. 4 wins is probably what we're going to cap out at for this year, at least in my mind. Not try to be negative, just trying to be realistic. I think I asked somebody on the Twitter world. I ended up saying, obviously, rip the Band-Aid off, and everybody was like, oh, well, it's going to take time, blah, 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 blah. Somebody said to me that this team hasn't gave up on Cliff Kingsbury. I'm like, okay. I mean, if that's the way you perceive it, but I saw a Rams team that destroyed that same Broncos team, that beat us the week before. Maybe they haven't given up on Cliff. Maybe we just suck. I mean, that's probably what it is. I'm not going to sit here and say flat out that they gave up on Cliff, but I truly don't think that we're putting full effort. We're shutting it down. Budda's shut down. He's not going to be playing another snap in the 2022 season, and it's rightfully so. He shouldn't play another snap. I'm still excited to see the young guys, Cam Thomas, Majay. I'm excited. Marco Wilson, I hope he has another great game, because I've been giving him a lot of flack, calling him a liability multiple times in the beginning of this year and a little bit of last year. He's had a really good game, but keep it going. Keep it going, young man. Just because you got 2 picks on Tom Brady, hopefully you can continue that going and making sure that that's going to be the next step and making yourself better. Because if we get Marco Wilson and Byron Murphy as the starters going into the next year, maybe we can get another cornerback in free agency, and then I'll be a little bit more happier. Antonio Hamilton is okay, right? We're playing Christian Matthews a lot because we have to. And that's that late round pick that we ended up getting last year. He's okay. But he's out there because of Byron Murphy's injury. So a lot to definitely dive into, ladies and gentlemen. A lot to dive into here in this offseason. Possible coach change. Possible a lot of talk on Kyler Murray. Maybe get another backup quarterback for the games in September. And then also maybe new unis coming our way. Maybe new uniforms coming our way. So definitely a lot to unfold pertaining to this next offseason. I know if we get another quarterback that wasn't Sean Payton, it might take a bit to kind of get to the level that we want to get to. And we're used to it as Cardinal fans, right? We love progression. We love the idea of coming off a 4-win season. We love the idea of having 5 wins the next year. We do. We do. It's just what it is. I don't know why Cardinal fans are like that. I don't know why Cardinal fans are complacent with mediocrity. I don't understand it. And that's why I want Sean Payton in here, because I truly do feel like he's going to get us at least 7 to 8 wins the next year. At least 7 to 8 wins. And that's a massive improvement. That's not 3 wins to 5 wins, if 4 wins to 5 wins. This is going to be a massive improvement if we get Sean Payton. Now, yes, it's going to suck because Kyler's not going to be there to implement this new offense that Sean Payton's going to bring in. That sucks. We might be having some struggles, but that might be a redshirt year, right? Or that might be one of those years where it's like, hey, mulligan because Kyler Murray wasn't here. That's going to be with any coach, though, because Kyler Murray isn't going to be here. So definitely a lot coming in this offseason, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a small, short, abbreviated stream. That's all I wanted to talk about. Hopefully you guys can kind of, let me know how you guys are feeling. Everybody that's watching this on the playback, how do you feel about any possibility of those quarterbacks that we brought up to back up Kyler Murray? Let me know in the comments, or possibly maybe the new head coach that's going to be coming our way. I know there's some people that don't like to talk about new coaches because of Cliff is still here and no disrespect, blah, 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 blah. But let me know what your thoughts and everything in the comments below. Thank you so very much, everybody, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cards.